Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, assalatu wassalamu ala Muhammadan Rasulullah wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Welcome brothers and sisters to Muslim Council of Hong Kong's Ramadan Reminder. I am your brother Arief Wahyudi, bringing you the reminder of Ramadan 2024, the Asma'ul Husna series. Today we will talk about Razzaq. Asma'ul Husna, or the 99 beautiful names and attributes of Allah, encapsulate the essence of the divine, revealing His attributes and qualities. As Muslims, understanding and reflecting upon these names enrich our faith and deepens our connection with Allah Azza wa Jalla. In Surah Al-Araf, Allah mentions, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَدَعُوهُ بِهَا. Allah has the beautiful names, so call upon Him by them. Razzaq is all provider, the supreme provider, which means Allah provides for His creation. Allah is the one who provides for and sustains us. He takes upon Himself the responsibility to provide sustenance to all His creatures without exception. Sustenance and provision, or rizq in Arabic, is what Allah provides for us, and it is what sustains us through all the days of our life. Risk is often understood to mean only material possessions such as money, food, employment, housing, and such. However, it is more than that. Risk is anything that brings benefit or goodness to us. It therefore includes, but is not limited to, wealth, family, faith, spirituality, health, and intellect. Risk also includes anything that will help us to fulfill our obligations to Allah. Risk to sustain us throughout our lives on earth. Even the air we breathe is a form of risk. In Surah Hud, Allah says, وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا عَلَى اللَّهِ رِزْقُهَا. There is no moving creatures on earth whose provision is not guaranteed by Allah. وَيَعْلَمُ مُسْتَقَرَّهَا وَمُسْتَوْدَعَهَا. And He knows where it lives and where it lays to rest. Kullun fi kitabim matin, and all has been written in the perfect record. Our risk is guaranteed, as it has been written long before we were created. He will provide it and distribute it over the course of our lifetime in the manner that He deems most appropriate. Often we have a poor understanding of risk, that we achieve it by our own efforts. That is not correct. The Muslims are encouraged to work hard, but our risk is predetermined. The birds are an example that demonstrate this. They trust Allah and know that Razzaq will provide for them. The birds go out in the morning and seek their sustenance. They do not remain in their nest waiting for the sustenance to arrive. Thus, we too are expected to work for our sustenance. Effort should be put into working and striving in a way that is pleasing to Allah. In the Quran, the root word Razzaq appears 123 times. In Surah Dariyat, verse 58, Inna Allaha huwa Razzaqu zul quwwatil matin. Indeed, Allah is the supreme provider, Razzaq, Lord of all power, ever mighty. Beside Razzaq, about 5 times the Quran mentions Razzaq as well, in the form of Khairul Razziqin. In Surah Jumu'ah, Allah says, وَإِذَا رَأَيْ تِجَارَةً أَوْ لَهْوًا انفَضُّوا إِلَيْهَا وَتَرَكُوكَ قَائِمًا قُلْ مَا عِندَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ مِنَ اللَّهْوِ وَمِنَ التِّجَارَةِ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الرَّازِقِينَ. When they saw the fanfare along with the caravan, they all flocked to it, leaving you behind, O Prophet of Allah, standing. Say, what is with Allah is far better than amusement and merchandise, and Allah is the best provider. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the name Razzaq signifies Allah as the ultimate provider of sustenance to all His creatures. This understanding can foster a deep sense of gratitude in the Muslims. Acknowledging the source of provision, recognizing that all forms of sustenance, whether material like food and wealth or immaterial like health and intellect, come from Allah, can instill a sense of gratitude. This gratitude is directed towards Allah, who out of His mercy provides for all His creatures. Number 2, contentment. Understanding that Allah is Razzaq can lead to contentment with what one has been given. This is because Muslims understand that their provision has been determined and will be provided by Allah. Number 3, trust in Allah. The belief that Allah is a Razzaq can also foster a sense of trust in Allah's provision. This is similar to the trust that birds display when they leave their nest each morning in search of food, confident in the knowledge that Allah will provide for them. Number 4, motivation to strive. While Muslims are encouraged to trust in Allah's provision, they also reminded to strive for their sustenance, just as birds do. This balance between trust in Allah and personal effort can lead to the sense of gratitude for the ability and opportunity to work and earn one's provision. And number 5, lastly, spiritual growth. Recognizing Allah as a Razzaq can lead to spiritual growth. When Muslims see the sustenance as coming from Allah, they are reminded of their dependence on Him, which can lead to increased humility, gratitude, and closeness to Allah. In summary, understanding Allah as a Razzaq can foster a deep sense of gratitude in us, enriching our spiritual lives and relationship with Allah. May we strive to be grateful servants, acknowledging His provision and sustenance bestowed upon us. May Allah make it easy for us in our fastings and all our deeds during this month of Ramadan. May Allah help us and bless us in our effort to seek our sustenance, Ya Razzaq. May Allah help us increase our gratitude and make us closer to Him in attaining taqwa. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.